We'll talk about it after. Well, we'll talk about it on the stream. But hello, everybody. Welcome back to another stream. Sunday stream. Does it work? Ah! Give it to me. Give it to me.
Sorry about the flash.
1 minute.
That wasn't lightning.
No, that wasn't lightning.
Okay.
So we went to this magical place down the road, and we found this old radio. Maybe Olivia will bring it in after, or maybe she can right now. Old radio, a New York Giant watch, a bunch of rings. There's a 10-carat ring, and then there's a bunch of like
Costume jewelry.
costume jewelry. This is the radio. We don't know if it works yet because we found out how to open it, so we gotta see what kind of gotta put batteries in it, I think. And then he got a camera, and it was sitting out in the rain, so I didn't know if any of it would work. But apparently they got it working, and they took a picture. And she took a picture of us. That's us. You can. Oh, I didn't realize you could see that good. Oh, that actually focused. Hold on. It's not gonna do it again.
Yeah. So we found a camera. It's free.
I didn't know flash was on fire.
Yeah. But flash was on, so that's why. Sandy Farrell, welcome. Paul McCarthy, welcome. Scotty Aquati, welcome. Petro Man, welcome. So, today, we have tons to talk about. But, yeah, we'll make stuff up. Kidding. But, as the stream was starting, well, we were waiting for the countdown to get done. I was talking about, because I ripped this out of my monitor. I bought this off of Amazon. It was like $8. And then I think I had a ring light on my Christmas list, or maybe it,
Yeah, I think there was.
maybe it was. But for Christmas, well, I know you guys don't never see my setup, I don't think. I don't think I've shown my setup since we built like the new desk and everything. But we built the desk. Well, he built the desk. I watched him. And I had the TV and the monitor. My mother got it for me. And I don't remember when we got the microphone. I think we ordered that, right?
Yeah, there was a sale. So we scoffed it up real quick.
What? The phone is right here.
No.
The camera? It's right there. Right here.
Stephen P. Hello. Jenna P. Hello.
Anyways. So, yeah, the microphone, the monitor, and the TV, that was all brand new. And then I bought the boards. I don't know about these. We had them, I think. But I got the plywood. And my father's a handyman, Magic Dave. So he had like the screws and everything. I think we built it after Christmas, actually. Because for Christmas, I asked for like a little microphone stand. So I had the microphone. But I wanted this little cover. I don't know what it's called. A pop filter, I think. I have an actual microphone cover. Can you grab it real quick? A chunk fell out of it, but because I put it on there and I didn't see a difference, so I took it back off and a chunk got out. But I have a microphone cover. But they got me a kit for Christmas. It came with the microphone stand, the little pop filter, and this thing. So I mounted, I saved it, put it in my room, and I also got a tall ring light. And that's the one, like, you can see there's, like, a purple tint kind of, like, on his shiny forehead. You can see there's a little bit purple there. Normally I have it on blue because at night, that's, like, a night light until they go to bed. Then he makes me turn it off. So, normally it's on blue, but we changed it for the stream because blue looked a little dark. But, yeah, so I got those two things for Christmas. And I kind of just saved them in my room because I came up with this idea. And so once the desk was built, we set everything up, made it all look nice. And I think I want to figure out like where they got the ring light, and maybe get another one because
I thought it was on sale at JCPenney's. Which
I think it was because I think we looked at it,
I
right?
thought it was weird that it was there, but they had like a whole section of speakers, lights, and microphones.
They had some that had microphone stands on them, but obviously I have the microphone stand already, so it wouldn't have mattered if the light had a microphone stand because it's all the way up there.
Oh, your mother says Walmart.
Or maybe Walmart.
I didn't think so.
But it has a really tall stand, so the light's like up there. And I have a shelf right here that would block that height, so I just have to put it down a little bit lower. But I feel like that would be cool. It would be more of a... Because I have this one on the other side. I ripped it out right before the stream. But
You're gone.
I have this one that I said I got off Amazon for $8. And it's got a crack in it, I think, because it came cracked. Yeah, came cracked right there. What are you trying to figure out?
Nothing. Keep talking. You're doing a good job.
But it's just white. So, like, there's an on button, and there's like 3 different colors of white. There's like bright white, mellow white, and then there's like a warm white. But this one doesn't change colors. Those ones there's that was probably loud. But it's just white.
Oh yeah, because I was saying you just put it on a tripod.
Well, that's what I wanted to do. The tripod that we just threw out.
Just more. Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, so this one is just white, which was fine with me when I was first doing it. But there's really no point in just a white because sometimes the laptop, just the monitor, is really bright, so I don't really need another white light. So I haven't used it in a while. So I thought like another one is similar to that if I bought one. Scooch my monitor over just a little bit. Put that. Another idea that I had that I don't know how well it would turn out is since I took down the fish tanks over there, and I'm not putting another fish tank there, and I already expressed that I'm not putting reptiles in my room unless it's a crested gecko because those just eat Pangea. But I don't want to be bringing crickets and stuff in my room. So I thought about cutting that portion of the desk off. I had to build it so the 15-gallon would sit there. But I like it how my window's open. So I thought about cutting it off. I don't know where I'd put the microphone. Or maybe I can mount it to this itself. But I thought about cutting off this little section over here and turning... I have a little bookshelf underneath that holds my monitor. And originally I had it turned to face flat against the other wall. And now I have it flat against this wall because the chairs fit better. But I feel if I cut that section off and turn the bookshelf back, then the 2 chairs could fit. I'd have to test out before we cut it and everything. But I think the 2 chairs could fit right in here, and I'd have more room because I'd have room behind the chair. Which, that'd be cool because we're going back to school soon. Well, I'm going back to school soon. I got my schedule today and everything. And I'll be doing soccer and drama club and select choir and stuff. So I could always like throw my bag behind the chairs. That'd be nice. Or my guitar. My guitar's always in the way. And I can't mount it on the wall.
Why don't you leave that for the cats?
They sit in the window. And they'll be able to sit on here. But I can't mount my guitar anymore because I don't have any wall space. Unless it was over there.
Let's steal. Build the stop sign. Yeah.
That's too much work. But, yeah. So, I want to mount my guitar because it's in the way of my closet.
No,
Anyway.
Rico, you're not kidding. We got drizzles for like 5 minutes. It's ridiculous. We need rain bad.
I'm doing some water changes tomorrow on the tanks. Did I say hi to Paul McCarthy?
Yes, but you can say it again.
Oh,
I
hi
appreciate
Paul
that he's having
McCarthy.
internet issues. You might not have heard your first name.
Stephen P, welcome. Jenna P, welcome. Bunny Viper. KJE Aquatics. Danikin Aquatics. Terry's Tropical Tanks.
Terry's got a missing parakeet.
Oh, you left the cage open. Well, I lost one of my Amazon milk frogs because someone's makeshift lid didn't work out and one of the frogs got out. But that was the first night because we brought him home and we were getting all the supplies for like the leopard gecko and the Amazon milk frog the next day because that's when we were supposed to get them. So we just had a bunch of saran wrap. But then we left this section open and then just set a screen lid on top of it. But there was a tiny little crack and they got it and one of them got out. At least they still have the rest of them. Thank you, Keith. Yeah, my neighbor calls me Brandon because I always wear this shirt when we go over there. Of course, he went to sleep at 7:30, and normally he's up till like 2 in the morning.
I'm gonna call him Sleepy Joe.
Yep. Rico Stan, welcome. Yeah, we just got a little rain and then it stopped and then a little bit more, but not really rain.
Did you say I was Mystery Snow Guardians or you just not get there yet?
I don't think I've got there yet. Let me scroll down.
Yeah, we need a lot of rain. Real bad.
Uh-oh. Mystery Snow Guardians, welcome. Yep, it is a nice picture frame. I'll talk about it in just a second. Vinoxky, welcome. So yeah, when was it? Thursday? My father got a call from my mother. And I don't know what she said, but he's like, hold on, you're on speaker. Turns it off speaker and walks away and talks to her. And then I'm like, what was that all about? He's like, you'll find out when you get home. I'm like, okay. And I didn't even know she got a package or anything. So, yeah. So, she got home at 8 o'clock. And we were messing around for a little bit. I don't know what we were doing. Oh, we were raking rocks and stuff out in the field. Like slaves. But, we were sitting down on the couch and she hands me a package. And then Olivia starts filming me. And I'm like, okay, what's this all about? So Steven went to Aquashella Dallas and he brought an aquarium co-op shirt there and he got it signed by a bunch of cool people. I'll go grab it. Well, I'll go grab the picture frame. So my sister, she's dating somebody else now. But she actually got me that frame. And there was a poster board in it, and she went to the zoo with her ex-boyfriend when it was her boyfriend. And there's a bunch of pictures of her and him, and it's been sitting behind my bed for a couple years, so she probably doesn't even know I have it anymore, but she'll never know now.
Hey, Benoski. And my fish tanks aquatics.
I put it up there because I don't have any other place to put it. I was just saying about my guitar. I don't have a place to put my guitar. Yeah. So I just set it on top of my fish tank. My fish tanks aquatics, welcome.
Benoski came too.
I said hi.
Okay.
So this is, oh, there's going to be a glare from my ring light. Well, I guess now you can see my ring light. If you turn it off, it's going to be dark in here.
That was a gear. Let me turn the monitor on.
There you go. I guess that's the best you can get it.
That's pretty good, actually. Oh, on this side.
There's an angle, but actually, I'm going to flip it up real quick. So, this one, there's a list of everybody that signed it. This one's Jess, Manes, Tails, Fern, Fins. Making sure there's not a glare, because there's a glare when I'm reading it. This one's Papa Shrimp. Hashtag I love shrimp. He's not going to sing it this time. I can't read that one. There's too much of a glare. And it's folded. Hold on. I'll read the whole list after and see which one I missed. Tazawa Tanks, Primetime Aquatics, Joanna and Jason. There's a bunch of people. But there's a big glare because I know there's not a glare on there.
It actually looks good on there, but like even right here, I'm
trying to read it, and there's the whole screen is on it.
Glare from the screen.
So.
Yeah, raking rocks.
Where'd my sister go? So you can turn the light back on if you want. Second button from the bottom. There you go. So there's a. So there's a list of signatures. Brett Raymer. So start off really nice. Will Nace, John, KG Tropicals, Corey and Dean from Aquarium Co-op, Irene, Girl Talks Fish / Aquarium Co-op, Zenzo, Tazawa Tanks / Aquarium Co-op, Bob Steenfoot, Jason and Joanna from Primetime Aquatics, Taylor from Simply Betta, Jess, Aquatic Morning Show, Papa Shrimp, Grant and Shelby Eater.
Yes.
Yeah, it is Eater. That's Garden of Eater.
Yeah.
Carrie, Science Gal, Coralfish 12G, Jadron Aquatics, Vibes Aquatics, Chris George, Michael, New Local Austin, Jeff, Texas Fish Room, Jay Oliver, and Jenna and Stephen P. So, my mother sent Steven some photos of me because they took a bunch of photos and they videoed me. But Stephen was like, just a suggestion, like you could bring it to the Keystone Clash and get more people to sign it. I'm like, no, nobody's touching this shirt.
I think it looks good.
It does, and nobody else is touching this shirt because I'm not having them ruin it.
We'll have to get another shirt for the class.
Yeah, that's it. I'll have to get another wall too,
Yes.
or get like a baby shirt. Have them all sign a baby shirt.
True, Mr. Snails. Yeah, I don't know if we said it last week, but did find a trailer. Gotta get it moved here.
You said it last week, but this is the different trailer now. So
It is.
yes, last week you were saying, so found a trailer. We're definitely getting it. But now it's a different trailer because we thought you were talking about the other trailer.
Oh yeah.
So the trailer he was talking about last week, it was probably like 30 or 40 foot, and it had a drop down gate on the back. And this was the whole big thing of where he's going to put it because it's got a drop down door. Well, that wasn't the one. That's not even the dude's trailer.
So I broke into the wrong trailer.
Broke into the wrong trailer. So you drive past, there's like 3 really low power lines, but they're off. If they were on, then we probably would have died. But, because his antenna hits it. But this trailer is 52 foot long by 10 feet, but shorter. It's 13 feet high right now, but there's no tires on it. So it's probably going to be 13.6.
Probably 14.
Probably 14. So it's a 1.5 miles down the road, so we're just going to wing it. See what happens. Hopefully nobody catches us.
Yep. So hopefully we can get that here this week. That's my plan, is to get it in the yard.
If there's a dude down the road, well, there's 2 dudes down the road. One was at our house the other day. He's a scrapper, and he took a bunch of our junk over there, and he's going to take a bunch of our other junk, except for the one lawnmower that I won't let him get rid of. He can have the Doom Buggy now. We have this little Barbie Doom Buggy, and I was like, you're not throwing this out. Now it's the bullets. Anyways, so that dude was at our house the other day. That's pretty cool. I think he's coming Monday or Tuesday to take stuff. But there's a dude down the road. I think he lives at the same place. I don't know. And he's not paying attention. But
I was reading.
The
guy who's getting the junk?
No. Yeah.
What about him?
If they live with Todd.
No.
Okay.
Todd's our landlord.
So this dude named Todd, he's gonna ask him if he can move it, and because there's a 4-ton bridge, and that's like the big thing. So if Todd says no, then we're not getting it, because he's a dude that would just like say, hook it up and send it, you know. But if anything happens with the bridge, then you know.
I'm not so worried about the bridge.
But if Todd says no, then we're not getting it.
Well, it's in a lousy spot to get out. So we'll see. Take a look at it this week. Hopefully move it. Once it's here, life will be good.
Will it?
I don't know. I just try and convince myself of these things, and sometimes it happens.
Sometimes.
And I got
Keith
another
said,
book.
Mike and I will send you an autograph pic. That would actually be cool. I put it on my wall because I can fit a picture on my wall.
You have pictures.
Where?
On your phone.
No.
You didn't get pictures with Michael and Keith?
I didn't get a picture of Michael. I think I got a picture of Keith, though.
Hey, Harrison Tropicals.
Michael's got like 30,000 subscribers. It's kind of scary. I don't want a picture of them. I'm kidding. I just was too lazy. And Bill Cole, I want to get a picture with him too, but I'm going to see him on Friday, so I'll just ask for a picture. It'll be my special day with an event, but I'll be asking like the audience for a picture with them. Well, the people in the audience be like, hey, can I get a picture with you? New local Austin, Harrison Tropicals, welcome. I don't know if I missed anybody. Too lazy to scroll up.
No, I don't think you did. Yeah, so hopefully that'll be here this week, and we can start working on that. Well, I don't know. Get it here and get some stuff set up. I want to put stone down before we put it in place, and I have another camper to move from one campground to another, and a deck. That's ridiculous. But that's the plans for this week.
So basically, well, we went to the dump today. Dropped off all the garbage from downstairs on the trailer and stuff. There's a bunch of garbage just sitting on, but whatever. It's all gone now. I think the dump dude broke one of the garbage can handles, so now I can't use it.
It has to. You're fine. No guarantees, but Keith might ride down to the top.
But so basically, he's got two trailers. He's got a flatbed and a dump trailer. The dump trailer has some wood in it, but I think we're gonna dump off the wood because I think he has to use it to move that lady's deck anyways. So I think we're gonna dump off the wood and go back it up to the. He's got used for a bunch of stuff, so back it up to like the trailer once it's in place and the stone's down, and I actually have videos I could show the trailer if we're getting it. If we're getting it, I'll show it. And we could rip out the counters and just throw them out the door. Throw them in there. Because he needs the dump trailer to get stone as well. 1As, I think. So then he can just dump it on the ground. But yeah, the big thing is moving that lady's camper too. But
Hey, Griffin.
so I think we're gonna take a trip down there. I don't know if we're going today or not, so my mother and my sister can see the trailer. Because there's this guy down the road that's been involved with the trailer as well. Works for the town. Different department or like different thing than him. Different department. Still the town of Stony Creek, but he does. It's a different building too.
He's building some grounds.
Yeah.
Or highway maintenance.
So he's been, the dude down the road, he's been pretty involved with the trailer, and he stopped by our house Friday morning. We were running a little late because the dude down the road that's taking all the scrap, he showed up about 9 o'clock. He didn't leave till like 10 o'clock. So we want to go to the dump then, but we didn't. So we were running a little bit late, or later in the day. So the dude comes up to our house and he's like, so it's a different trailer. It's not the one we broke into. It's the one, there's a road back there and you got to go back. And it's the first one on the left, even though it's the only one right there. But
I guess there's another one further back in the woods.
Oh yeah. So we drive up there. It's a tight road, and we were there for like an hour. Well, maybe not quite an hour, like 40 minutes or so. Maybe an hour. But we were looking at it. We started to walk down to like the bunk area bedroom, and I don't know why. I probably did it because I'm stupid. But I thought there was something. I thought it was a bathroom or like a closet, but apparently it's a bunk room. And it was dark in there, and I didn't have my flashlight or anything. So I looked in there, and I thought there was something in there. So I jumped, and I ran back towards him, and he was about to smack me because he didn't want to see a raccoon. He doesn't want a raccoon. So
Well,
He was probably
it was
just-
like when the guy told me about it, I basically ran out the door. I threw Crocs on and went there. I'm like, I don't really want to stomp on a raccoon or a porcupine with Crocs. That would ruin my day.
Yeah, literally, he came to our house and we just jumped in the car and see ya. So, the deck, there's a deck in front of it. That's all collapsed in, but it's actually kind of sturdy. We walked on it and everything. No wheels. There's no back door on this one, so there's no debating on whether we're going to be using it.
Well, there's two doors. There's no door on the rear.
Yes, there is two. It's like a camper, 52-foot camper. Except obviously it's a house trailer, but it's got like the two doors like a camper would. The back door leads to the two bedrooms. I think the back door actually leads to the back bedroom. And then if you go in the door and take a right, then there's the bunk room. But if we go there for the rest of our family to check it out, I'll take one long video of the whole thing. And maybe like when we're done with it, I'll take a long video of the whole thing as well. So you can see the difference. I think we might be painting the walls or whatever. Ripping everything out. There's a blue oven and a blue sink, which matches the blue garbage can in there. It's pretty cool.
I would like to do a lot of things to it, but just to make it look
Just do it right the first time, though.
right. But I would rather make it look nice inside and out.
Presentation is everything.
Outside, I don't mind so much, but I do want to paint the roof, but I do want to do the inside up. Luckily, it's all tile floors, like linoleum tile floors, so washable, cleanable. So that's not so bad. So I don't have to do floors in it. And the only thing is,
The door.
yeah, the front door needs to be changed. And then if we decide to just tear out the walls and just put partition walls in there, then that would be something different.
So
I would actually like to make it look more rustic inside, and then eventually rustic on the outside. But
as long as it looks nice, like people don't want to walk into a nasty building. So
yeah, I don't want it to look like a shithole trailer. I want it to look like, I mean, it'll be nice, but I'd be nicer if it looked nicer.
people aren't gonna want to go to like this old beat up building. So I think it's
I don't
half
know.
blue, half white on the outside.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so to give you guys a short like visual, best I can, the front door, that's completely shot. We have to obviously get a new one. That's probably one of the important things. The door handle, it's all like shot, so it's like halfway out the door, and it doesn't close at all. But you go in, and you walk straight into the living room. Well, yeah, it would be the living room, and it's got some old beds, and it's got two chairs. One's like a cloth one, one's an actual wooden one. We can actually keep that because it's just wooden if it's not like rotted or anything. And then there's a little like nightstand in there, and that's it. It's pretty much all open. It's just a bunch of loose furniture. Nothing bolted down in the living room as far as I know. Floors were going to need a nice cleaning. But to the right of the living room is the front of the trailer, and there's a kitchen, and then there's like an entertainment room.
I would actually assume that one point in time that was a dining room.
That makes sense.
They probably had a
So-
small table in there, and it's right off the kitchen. And
So-
then there's a china cabinet, built-in china cabinet in this.
Yeah. So the kitchen, there's a fridge. Obviously, all that's going to go. The fridge is completely molded and everything because it's been there for so long. And then there's a counter. It's got a blue sink. And then there's, I think it's a washer. Maybe it's a dishwasher or just a clothes washer or something.
You know,
I didn't look at it, but I saw the back of it. It's just sitting there in the middle of the floor. Then there's counters. The cupboards are actually nice. I like the wood cupboards. And then there's a blue oven. Obviously, we don't need an oven, so that'll get ripped out. Most of it will get ripped out. I think the kitchen floor was different than the living room floor. I think that was, or maybe that was the bedroom. Leading down to the bedroom.
No, I think the bedroom all the way to the living room was the same. I think the kitchen was a little different.
I think that was like brown, like our entryway. Hey.
You know,
So, like I said, living room, to the right of it's the kitchen. When you go through the kitchen, it's all open. It's not like you gotta walk through a door. It's all open. Just a big walkway. Like you said, there's like a china cabinet on one wall, and then there's almost like a corner. I think it's a bed. I think it's foam. And it's like a corner, like a mattress kind of thing. There's a lot of beds in there. And I didn't really look much into that room. It was just a bunch of, like, just the beds and stuff. So now, to the left of the living room, there's a hallway. And we didn't look much at this end. We didn't go all the way to the end just because we didn't want to get eaten by a snake or something. Or a ghost. I don't know. But you go down the hallway and you take a right. If any of you have been like in a camper, it's kind of like one of those setups where like you take a right. I thought it was like a bathroom. Is there a bathroom there?
yeah, it's the second door after the bunk room.
Oh, I didn't remember that. I didn't even know there was a second door. But you go in and there's a bunk room. I didn't look much in it. And then apparently there's a bathroom. And then all the way at the end, and that's the master bedroom. It had a bigger bed, but like I said, we didn't look much at the other end because it was scary. But yeah, Skipper, welcome. Yellowstone Aquatics, welcome. You blended in with Bunny Viper's profile, didn't even see you. But yeah, like my mother said, it'll be clean and disinfected. Most of the stuff will get tore out. All those beds and stuff, we're not going to keep any of those.
No, we're not keeping anything in it.
No, because it's been sitting so long. And one of the windows is broken, so we'll have to get new windows, obviously. And I was in the trailer this time, so I can give you, I can talk about it, you know? Like, he was the only one in our family that was in the other one, and that's obviously not the one we're getting now. So, that's pretty much as much of the trailer as I can, describe, because we didn't go to the other end. I have some videos, but they're really short videos, because it was just to show my mother of each room. Yeah. So that was fun.
Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully everything goes good this week.
Hopefully.
There's a lot to do.
I gotta work on some tanks downstairs. So we brought Crevensis to the show, and there's an auction afterwards, so if there's something that you didn't want, just throw it in the auction. Somebody will buy it. And
all the money goes to
it all goes to this club.
the club.
The Upstate New York Killifish Association. So we threw in the rest of the cherry barbs because, for those of you that don't know, we have 10-gallon water bridges, and they worked fine. Just the water bridges got a little dirty, so you'd have to clean them out. But after a while, we just those were mainly fish that we're gonna sell. Mainly just went in there. I have an Episto in there. I have to move them out so we can start taking down those tanks.
And your mother's got a couple shrimp left in the first one, the black rose.
Yep. So I have to move my Episto out. She has to move her shrimp. But we're taking them down, so I have to move my plants that I just put in there. I think all those plants are from Keith. It's like Azolla and Salvinia. But so we're taking those down and moving the 75s for a reptile rack.
Yep, we're gonna stack the 75s on top of each other, and that's where the discus and the angels will be. And then the left side will be open for a rack over there, and then that'll give us more room to get to the water station area.
Oh, so where the discus are, that's where the 75s will be?
Yep.
Okay. I thought it was the other side. I didn't know.
Because the other things are only 18 inches, so there'll be more room to get into the water area in that corner, and stuff won't be sticking out as far.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, I have to work on some stuff downstairs. I don't think I have to clean out any of my cultures because I just put new oatmeal in them. but I will. I'm taking down one of my 20 hives, and I'm cleaning it and setting it back up. And we have a bunch of extra Carbenzas, so they didn't sell last time we went to the swap. So I think we brought 12 of them there, and then like an adult male and a pair of Carbenzas. The pair of Carbenzas sold. There was actually a dude that wanted them, but he kept looking at them, but then just walking around. And he was like, "All right, I'll be back to get these." Well, I'll think about it. I'll be back to get them. But there was another dude that kept looking at them, and he got them right before the other dude came back. So that was kind of the same thing that happened to me the year before with the Bill Cole green lasers. I just kept looking at them, but I have them now.
If you want it, time to buy us when you see it.
So,
Well, with me anyway. Because first one with the cash wins.
so we donate. Well, we gave Landon 6 of the Carbenzas because he had like pre-ordered. He got some worms and shrimp and cories and stuff. So he got that stuff, and we just threw in some Carbenzas because he liked them. So he got a bunch of African cichlids from us last year. We traded for koi. And so we had 6 left, and we donated them to the thing. So we didn't come home with any Carbenzas and no cherry barbs because we donated the cherry barbs too. So we'd have that water bridge open because I think we decided that we were taking it down after we got home from the swap. So, I mean, it worked out nicely. But there's like 6 or 8.
Because originally I was going to do it differently. I was going to leave the water bridges so we had space and then put the shelves above the 75s. But I think this way works out much better.
Yeah, because there's the fish tanks here and then the reptiles there instead of reptiles, fish tanks. Anyways. So there's like 6 or 8 regular Carbenzas left in with a pair of albino Carbenzas because the albino Carbenzas, they don't make albino babies. Like some, when they have babies, the tiny ones, like they'll be all white, but I don't know if they just don't survive or what. But we've only had regular babies come out of there, and there's like 6 or 8 of them. So once I set this 20 high back up, I'm going to throw some Carbenzas in there. Small ones so they don't breed because I don't want any of that. I'll feed them to the Oscars or something. The babies, yeah. I'll feed the babies to the Oscars. But we had an overrun fish room with African cichlids and Carbenzas at one time. And good thing we sold off a bunch of them, and now we just don't like keep the babies, you know. But I'll probably use some Carbenzas to cycle the tanks to get them safe for the Bill Cole fish. The Bill Cole green lasers. I want to make sure that the tank is cycled. It'll only be a couple Carbenzas so they don't dirty the tank or anything. But just so I know that it's cycled. And it's perfectly safe for my new babies. And then I'm going to get some blackworms as well. We ran out of bloodworms. We have 4 cubes. I used 3 of them today. So we only have 1 cube left. So I have to get some bloodworms, and I was thinking about half a pound or a pound. Eastern Aquatics limits you to a pound for existing customers and a half a pound to new customers. And we bought from them like 4 times so far. So we're an existing customer. But I was thinking about getting a pound of blackworms because we had those 2 blackworm tanks that still have blackworms in them. But not enough for like my 13 tanks of cories. So I want to give each tank a good amount. Maybe get some of the tanks breeding. That'd be cool. Obviously, I don't have space for babies right now. And I don't like having baby fish in my room. I'll have adults. Adults are fine. But the one thing I don't want in my room is, 2 things. Are reptiles that need like live foods, because all my live foods are downstairs now. So like crested geckos are fine, but reptiles that need live foods and baby fish, because all like tiny foods, like live foods for the baby fish, are downstairs as well. So I like to keep all the babies downstairs. Actually, there's a couple Cory cat breeders that I know on Band, and they have a similar setup to Dean, Master Breeder Dean from Aquarium Co-op. It's a 20 long with some like refrigerator shelves, not like the shelves, but trays. And Target makes them. It's where they go over each end. There's like skinny ones, and then there's like wider ones. And I think he spray paints the bottoms of them with like some aquarium safe stuff. There's like videos on YouTube of the exact same setup. And then there's a water pump that leads to like PVC. It's the same as our linear air pump. The same size tubing, and then also the same valve. And so there's recirculating water. Then also you put like air in there too. And that gives it so the babies have the stability of a 20-gallon, but they're in smaller containers, so they find their food better. So it's worked for a lot of people, and I always thought that'd be cool. And I wanted to do it, but we didn't have a fish room or like a lot of babies, and now we can't really do it. So, because the albino Cubensis tank, I thought it was going to be open, but I don't think we're getting rid of the albino Cubensis pair anymore. But that's too high up, so I couldn't see the babies. I didn't have any room for 20 longs. So the middle rack has turned into a reptile rack, so there's no room for a 20 long on that. So yeah.
Because there's already 20 longs on it.
Yeah, she used
It was designed for 10s.
She used a bunch of the rack for her 20 longs for the leopard geckos. Then I have my 5.5 crested gecko. That's a temporary tank until he gets bigger. It's also holding all my plants right now. We participated in the auction. Last year we came home with a bunch of fish that I didn't even like some of them. They were just colorless. But apparently they were really rare. Whatever. But we were bidding on like all the killifish. Like my sister ended up with some of them, and then she gave them to my mother because she didn't want them. But this year we didn't bid on any of the fish. We pretty much just bid on all the plants. I think we ended up with most of the plants. So we got like some wasser tang. There's a kid that was across from us that gave him some wasser tang. And then we got some from the auction. Then I think KJE, Keith, put some Azolla and Salvinia in the auction, and we ended up with that. And then I bid on some reptile plants from Joe the fish guy. He was across from us. He had some really nice frogs, really nice plants, and some really nice fruit fly cultures. So I definitely would like to get dart frogs from him, but that's not going to happen. So yeah. So I got plants from him. And my mother went to Petco the day before. She needed to... Oh, we were out of crickets, and we just needed a couple to get us through before we got the 1,000. That ended up to be only like 200. So we just needed a couple. And she went and grabbed those, and she got some succulents, reptile plants, whatever. I think they were actually like reptile succulents, or ones that were safe. She got 2 or 4, I can't remember. And then she got 2 for me. I already have a succulent in my milk frogs. So they're just sitting out in the fish room for a little bit. Then eventually, the day after, I was putting all the plants away. And I threw the Azolla in one of the water bridges. 2 of the water bridges. There was a bunch of it. The Salvinia in one of them. And then all the Subwasser tang that we got, it all went into the tadpole bins. They're all still doing good. One of them actually, well, the Santa Isabel dart frogs. None of them have legs yet. They're really tiny, which they're actually a small dart frog. They only get like an inch or so. So they're small. They only need, we got them from Tommy Acker, and he recommended that like a 20 high would be fine for them. so I'll just use that. And the gray tree frogs we got from ABC, a couple of them had legs when we got them, but now they all have legs. And one of them has like their full legs, full back legs. So I'm watching them pretty closely now. And we'll be home for the next 2 weeks or 1 week, I don't know. Yeah, 2 weeks. So I can watch them pretty closely. So if their front legs start developing, then I'll put something for them to climb out of the water on. And then I'll have a 10-gallon setup to grow each one of them out. Until they go into the gray tree frogs will get a 30 extra tall, and the Santa Isabel will get a 20 high for right now. So yeah, and then the succulents that my mother got me and the reptile plants, those went in my crested gecko tank, and he was obsessed with this fake plant that I put in there. So when I was setting up my Amazon milk frog tank, I got 2 suction plants, and I put them like in the corner. So one was on this wall, one was on that wall, and they're like a waterfall down on top of this log. It's a really cool setup. I definitely like it. And we got this chameleon setup from Facebook Marketplace. We met the girl in some nice neighborhood. I don't know what it was. But yeah, it came with this plant. It was a broken plant, but I got it fixed. And my crested gecko was like living on this plant. So once I put these 2 plants in there, I put the succulents in there later that day, but I put these 2 reptile plants in there, misted them down. I picked up my crested gecko and handled him for a little bit, short, like not even a minute. And I put him on the reptile plants.
Welcome, Patricia. Sorry for your loss.
Sorry, Patricia.
Hey, Matt and James.
Yep. Hi, Matt. Hi,
Yeah,
James.
we heard about it pretty quickly when it happened. That's a shame.
It is. I'm done talking now.
You are?
Yep.
Yeah, so we were rearranging one more tadpoles.
Do you have any cool ones? Because I have 2 species right now. But I'm trying to find a spot to put the tank. Gotta see how big this new rack's gonna be. Maybe I can put them on the bottom. It's just for tubs though, so probably can't. But that might be my only choice.
Hey, Sandy D.
Sandy D, welcome.
Yeah, so we'll be rearranging the fish room, and we will be moving a trailer and trying to get things set up. I think if we get any fish, we'll just end up keeping them in the house.
Yeah, we've been talking about that. And probably reptiles too. Well, actually, I feel like there might be more reptiles than fish. I think it's mainly going to be Oscars and bigger fish. So we have a 55 downstairs. We're going to put plants in it. But if we need it, we could throw a heater in there and take the CO2 out and put something in there. If it was an Oscar, we'd have to move the plants. But I think bigger fish, there won't be as many. But we could just bring them in the house. Reptiles, we'll have to see. Because I feel like a lot of reptiles would get rehomed. So eventually we might just have to use the trailer. But definitely...
Oh, that's what I was thinking about.
Cats
Moving
and dogs.
yeah, cats and dogs, rodents, stuff like that. But
Rodents. Why?
hamsters, guinea pigs,
Never mind. I was gonna say something.
such like that. But
Yeah, hamsters, guinea pigs, gerbils, stuff like that.
that's why I want to move to 75 in case there's reptile rescues. And we can get some sort of rack there, and we can just put them in the totes,
because we have all the foods downstairs for them. So
and then they can be taken care of down there with the foods, and then we can always move them out if we were going to rehome them. And then fish will obviously stay in the house because the house is already set up for fish.
but I think there'll be a lot of cats. There's a lady down the road. Obviously, we're not getting any rescues for a while till the trailer's all hooked up with everything. But there is a lady down the road that messaged my mother like 2 weeks ago. She has a pregnant cat that her mother found that has a bunch of fleas. So there's definitely a need for a rescue. We'll probably get a lot of cats. And Purina and like Katie sent my mother like coupons for like free bags of food, like 50-pound bags of food. So we'll get a couple of those when we have animals. And probably get some new garbage cans. Get like a new garbage can with a lid or something like that sort, so we can get like a 50-pound bag and just pour it in the, like, it'll be a clean garbage can, it'll be new.
Well, we get the metal ones from Tractor Supply. They're feed buckets,
Yeah,
but they're 32 gallons, so they hold a 55 or 50-pound bag.
yeah, something like a garbage can, you know, something to hold 50 pounds of feed. Does Keith have tadpoles?
I don't know. You just said you want more. You obviously know someone who has them.
Depends on which ones.
Um,
There's someone selling Amazon milk frog tadpoles for $40 a piece. They're in New York, but they're in like the pit of New York,
the pit of New York? Is that like New York City?
near New York City. I think they're by Rico, actually. I think they're like down and like over. We don't go over there. We don't go many places, but pretty much all the places we go is like mainly Queensbury and Saratoga, but like Schenectady, we'll be going, that's like straight down. Carmel's like down, over, and then obviously Pennsylvania's way down. But we don't go to the other side of New York. We don't mess around with those people.
You mean like Rico side?
Yeah.
Because we go east.
We don't go over to Rico's side of New York.
Rarely do we go west. But I'd imagine if there's something over there to pick up, we would.
Oh, he ended up with all the frogs in New York having layover in my tubs this year. We have one frog that keeps hanging out in our pond out there. We have this little kiddie pool. It's bigger than a kiddie pool, but there's this frog that my sister named, and it's loud. He's loud, but he hasn't left our pool. He'll leave, but then he'll come back like the next day.
Yeah, I don't think he goes very far. He just keeps hanging out.
Who? Oh,
The frog.
the frog.
He doesn't go anywhere.
Do you have the link for Science Guy?
No.
Yep.
I don't even see her post. I know. Type it in.
Type it in. So this Saturday, we're at camp, and our neighbors just showed up. We hang out with them and eat dinner with them. Different neighbors than the ones that we stay up till 2 a.m. with. Those are our neighbors across the street. But our neighbors had just got here, and there's some Actually, never mind. I'm not gonna say it because I don't know if she found my channel yet or not. But there's this nice lady in the campground. Her granddaughter she's going away to college. She has a bunch of reptiles, but she brought a deformed gecko. I don't think Petco took care of it very well. So it's like front legs are like bent in. It gets around okay. Just not very far, just a little bit. So it's in a 10-gallon right now.
He's a special needs rescue.
Yeah.
So he'll be here for a long time.
Yeah. I think that's the one we're keeping. But, like, obviously there's going to be special needs things in a rescue. People would buy them. Like Patty got those deformed guppies. Special needs guppies and that special needs rice fish. It's like people with a nice heart will take special needs animals. But yeah,
didn't I say Rico was west? Or did I screw that up?
No, you got it, I think.
Yeah.
We don't go west. We don't go to that side of New York.
Yeah, he's west. Oh, he's west of us. He's west of you too.
Yeah. So we're waiting for her granddaughter, this nice lady's granddaughter, to show up around 2. And she pulled up in a golf cart and she had her gecko. And we got her, put her in a tank, left her outside for a little bit because we didn't bring a heat mat or anything. And it wasn't terribly hot outside. It was warm for her. It was warm enough for her. Then we brought her inside and wrapped her in a blanket because we had the air conditioning on. So.
Yeah, but it was nice and warm on the porch. I'm sure she probably enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But
she was outside most of the time, but she did go into my bunk there was no AC blowing on her. So we got her, and we had 2 empty tanks downstairs. When you go into the fish room, take a right. We moved the bumblebee gobies over to the middle of that rack. And then there was an empty tank that just had gravel in it. And then below that, there was just completely empty tank because he just put a completely empty tank there. So today, I moved this tank full of gravel. I didn't know it was that heavy. I didn't realize that it was that heavy. And it was still attached to the PVC pipe with the airline. But the airline was shut off. And I picked it up, and it was like up here. So I finally picked it up and got it down. And it was still connected. So I just walked away.
I don't know why you would have moved that one.
It was higher up. It was higher up off the ground. I was going to take it down. I put it outside the fish room, and I was going to put Joey there, the new special needs gecko, because it's warmer up there. But I was like, my mother's 4'9", so I didn't think she could reach it. So there was this empty tank on the bottom, and I moved it. Actually, I took it out of the fish room. I don't know why.
So you just moved shit to move shit.
And then I moved it back, and I put it on the top for either my Episto or the frogs once they get out of the water. And then I moved Joey to the bottom. So it's easier for my mother to see her. So, yeah. Science guy will be going in 1 minute. So I'll stop talking. So thanks everybody for tuning in. And I might go mow the lawn. Or I might save it for tomorrow. I don't know. We'll find out. I just kind of go with the flow. Yeah, anyways. She's going at 5:05. That's perfect.
That's what it says.
I was going to mow the lawn today, but then it rained at 3 o'clock. Just a little sprinkle. And then my father was like, you can mow it tomorrow. I'm like,
Give you something to do.
sure. I can just do it now and then do other stuff tomorrow.
Like TikTok.
Like rake rocks. like do boring stuff like raking rocks and cutting roots. Because that's fun. The trailer's 52 foot, so that's like 12 feet longer than we thought. So let's just rake more rocks. And keep raking.
Keep breaking.
What about that leaning tree? So there's this one, he knocked a bunch of trees over with the excavator. But there's this one tree that's leaning. It's small though, so you can cut it with a chainsaw. I don't know, since it's 52 foot, I don't know. Since it's 52 foot, I don't know if he has to cut that tree or not. He might have to.
I can cut it whenever I want.
You can. You can do whatever you want. You say. Do we
I
have
like
this
it.
neighbor at camp? She gave us like a ton of ice cream cones. Like those drumstick ones, like the good ones.
You just said you were going. Now you're talking about ice cream cones.
And then these Klondike ones too. Fine. I'll end it. Science Gal was going at 5:05 anyway, so I can talk about ice cream cones. And mowing the lawn. And cutting trees.
No ice cream cones for you.
I already had one. You can't stop me. You ate the good ones, so be quiet. Anyways, thank you all for coming. And
Catch you all later.
now I'll actually end the stream. So
See you all on Wednesday.
we'll see you all on Wednesday, so we don't have to like think about anything. But this Friday we're going to Carmel, New York, so we'll talk more about that on Wednesday probably. And then Skipper, he's doing auctions. I don't know if he's doing multiple of them, but I know next Saturday he's doing one, I think.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll talk more about stuff on Wednesday.
All right. Catch you all later. See you in the other streams. Have a great time.
Bye, everyone.